Hello, welcome back to Outer Wilds. So, I have good news. I have good news. I don't know, maybe debatably good news because I don't know. It might be that this frustrates a couple of people, but I think ultimately the result is a good one. I know what I'm supposed to do, and here's the thing. I know what you're gonna. I know what you're thinking. You looked up the answer, didn't you? No, actually, I didn't. Um, I had a funny feeling that I was just not gonna figure it out. Um, I was not. I don't know. That is to say, okay, I had a funny feeling I wasn't gonna be able to figure it out in any kind of reasonable time. That is to say, while I'm recording. Like I was like, how many times am I gonna have to do this? Sorry, this is like really not working very well right now. At least I have my auto lock. I'm grateful for that. So, I made a new profile. One of the nice things about Outer Wilds is that, um, you can. I guess this is just a recording thing. Is I can create a new profile and it doesn't take me very long to get back to where I was because most of the progress is gated behind information, right? So as long as you know what you have to do, you're not really limited at all. So I do know what I'm supposed to do, and basically I went in, and much the same as I have been doing. I went to the river lowlands, followed the owl people into the cabin, and then they would snuff out my lantern, and that was it, right? And I kept doing this over and over and over, and I was like, "What am I doing wrong? Am I supposed to hide? There's a corner that's sort of in shadow. Maybe I'm supposed to go there. No. Am I supposed to run away? No, that doesn't seem right either. This isn't good. Can I? Nope, that's not gonna. I don't know how I made it on the wrong side of the stranger. That's actually kind of a problem. Shouldn't hurt things too much, but we'll see. So yeah, I kept like mashing my head against this, again and again and again, and eventually, I kind of came settled on a conclusion, a pretty reasonable one. Is like this problem would be so much easier solved if these owl people just weren't here. Like, if they weren't here, then I could just wander around the freaking cabin and try and figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do in peace. They keep snuffing out my freaking candle over and over again, and it's really frustrating. I'm mad. No, I never actually got mad. I'll give this to Outer Wilds. It's one of the few games that has never actually irked me in any way. So, you know, because usually if something is going wrong, it's because you don't have all of the information. So yeah, I kept going back and back and back, and eventually I was like, okay, something's not right here, and then I realized before I come to the solution, there's an interesting thing that I want to share. I'm not going to show you because that would unfortunately it would kill a whole loop, and I don't want to do that. But if I was like, I had done something wrong and I didn't have enough time to do what I wanted to do, so I went ahead and stood on this fire and just like killed myself basically to end the day. I was like, I'll end the day. And an interesting thing about it is that you still end up in the dream world. And this definitely kind of led me to the solution. It's like you still end up in the dream world, don't you? And I mean, that makes sense, right? If we're going by my theory, and by the way, my theory has been all but confirmed to be correct in a lot of ways. Not all of it yet, but some of it. is, this is a virtual world, right? This is it's a dream, it's a memory, but it's also a virtual world. So, with that in mind, all right, I forgot exactly what I'm meant to do here. So, them being dead in the real world, as I did theorize, doesn't really make a difference to them in the dream world. But you know what does make a difference to them in the dream world is when their candles get put out. And I mean, they blow your candle out to kick you out of the dream world, and that makes sense. That's but this is a real world consequence, is that your fire is out in the real world as well. I'm pretty sure basically as long as your candle's on in the dream world, it also means that your candle is on in the real world. So I eventually came to the conclusion, basically I have to go when there is no owl people. And the only way to do that really is to wait for the dam to burst. And wait for it to sweep through the... actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. Wait for it to sweep through the cabin and put out all their fires. The unfortunate reality is the only way to solve this problem is to... you're essentially killing the owl people. Because they're alive. It's just their mental state is inside the dream world. But if you're putting out their candles in the real world, you're actually just snuffing them out completely, which is it's pretty miserable. I have a funny feeling that the ultimate solution, remember our actual solution, what we're trying to do here is to get passwords to unlock the vault. No. Can I make it? Oh, it looks like I can. Yo! I took a little bit of damage, but that's okay. So, it's pretty interesting. It's an interesting concept. I really love the sci-fi concept of, first of all, the Dyson sphere is something that really interests me. Again, I know that this is not a Dyson sphere. But for me, the ultimate conclusion for something like a Dyson sphere is that if you have ultimate energy, that is to say infinite energy, you also have infinite freedom, is my take. You're totally free to disagree with me. Maybe that's a philosophical take, but if you have infinite freedom, what do you do? Like, you are... the ruler of a species, whatever, you're in charge of humans, right? And you're like, okay, we're going to build a Dyson sphere. Why? Well, because if we have no energy limits, then we have, just complete infinite potential to do whatever we want. Okay, let's build the Dyson sphere. We build the Dyson sphere. All right, we have infinite energy. What now? What do you do? What is your next step? You are in control. You can do whatever you want. This is what it kind of all comes back to, isn't it? Like, this is something that we are maybe struggling with, is this idea of value. Artificial scarcity. Scarcity, like genuine scarcity. It's something we kind of come back to again and again, right? Like, what do we do if there is only like a certain amount of resources? And this idea that of establishing value on one person and not another. That is to say, one group of people and not another, right? We love to do that, don't we? But given a world with infinite potential, infinite energy, and in a way, when you think about it, at the end of the day, you could consider it infinite resources. What do you do? It's a very alien concept, isn't it? To consider that hey, if we had everything we needed, we wouldn't have to fight for anything. Everyone could have the equal opportunities, but also, I mean, never mind that. Like, what is your next step as a species? I think, and where am I going with this? Really, like, what am I talking about? This is getting very, very political and very scary. Please let's get out of the political quagmire. All right. Well, what I'm getting to is that, wouldn't you want to at some point consider the possibility of improving your creature comforts? And that's where we get to the idea of like basically creating the ultimate paradise. I think, given infinite potential, you might at a certain point consider the idea of creating basically like a virtual paradise. And I say virtual because like virtual reality, as it is right now, it's not really what I'm talking about. There are obvious limitations to virtual reality right now, but given infinite potential, let's consider the idea of perfecting virtual reality. You have everything in virtual reality that you would want in real life. You have kind of like physical sensation. You can simulate a breeze, a breath of air kind of thing. You can simulate smell. All of your sensations are met. Okay. Like is that not kind of the dream? That's, I think that is certainly a worthy goal of like, well, why is it that we have to live with limitations? Why can't we create a perfect world where, people have, they can live with their full potential? And I'm not even talking about our human limited potential. I mean, I'm talking about the limits of our imagination. Would that not be pretty cool? I think it would. So what did I just do? I basically, in order to like make this puzzle work, if I'm snuffing out the candles of the owls, it's an important extra detail that I make sure that my candle isn't also snuffed out. Otherwise, I can't solve the problem. So when the water rushes through the zone, where is that hand? When the water rushes through the zone and blows the cabin over, I have to make sure that I am not one of the candles getting snuffed out. Otherwise, I get booted out in the same way that everyone else does. There's the dam. Where's the other hand? I was hoping I could actually see it happen. And unfortunately I didn't make it in time, but I'm pretty sure that was the sound of all of the owls getting snuffed out. And this sensation here is actually the tower being pushed. And like I have until the end of the day because the tower will eventually fall over, and then I will also be kicked out of the virtual world. I'm trying to find the entrance now. It's not exactly easy to find if you don't know where to look. Ah, no. Where is it? This area is a little bit difficult to navigate, I must say. I know I'm pretty close. Man, I can't find it. Oh, is that it? There we go. So, yeah, I know it's going to maybe peeve a couple of people that I solved the problem off screen, but please, let me give you the silver lining here is that I I basically mashed my head against this puzzle about 3 or 4 cycles before I eventually came to the correct conclusion. So consider that it would have been like 3 more episodes of me doing the wrong thing before I made it here. Also, interestingly, when I got here, I still didn't know what I was supposed to do, because I was like, oh, what's around here? Anything cool? Nothing really. Seems unusual. I go to all the effort to getting here, and then there's nothing. And then I realized that well, there's the clue is the one owl looking into this fire. I thought maybe we could fall asleep here, but no, it's a little bit more opaque than that. I did just try walking into the fire. I don't know if maybe there's some information somewhere that I was supposed to come across to come to this conclusion. I think I did come to the I may have done some things out of order here, and it's mostly because I became obsessed with that area. So we've got a lot of interesting stuff here. We're gonna go through it. I did take a peek at some things, and then I left other things to mystery. How interesting that I didn't realize that created that bridge there. So we're gonna look at this first. These are some of the reels we've already looked at, but they are repaired in this world. So we've seen this. Also interesting that the echo there seems to create that ghostly flame. So I'm wondering if that's maybe a clue. Also, I'm noticing, did we see a sun? Sorry, not to... Yeah, we do have a sun. So I was just wrong about that they don't have a sun. But I definitely think that they are fairly nocturnal. I don't know. So here's the thing, is it seems that they basically completely dried up their resources in order to create this satellite, this virtual world. This is the same thing again. So we have new information. Maybe not the most critical information or crucial or important, but it is interesting. Is that they basically completely used up all of their resources in order to make this a reality. Now we have something interesting here that kind of confirms one of my suspicions. Is that this space is virtual. You can see it's loading up the next scene. So that's what the boat traveling through those caves kind of loads up the next area. Then we have something interesting here. Now, isn't that interesting? So we have, because it is a virtual space, we have maybe some bugs that we can exploit. Not sure why we would want to just yet. And then we have the last clue here. Is it the password? Bastards. Makes sense. You know what? I'd do the same thing, wouldn't I? I would do exactly the same thing. You know what? I just realized there's a quicker way. I was going to go back and then get to the boat, but I realized there's actually a quicker way. So I might not make it in time. We're rapidly running out of time here. But I'm going to try and get to the boat and see what happens. Because I'm actually recording this today out of order. This is not a recording day for me, but I was very interested in seeing this. And I really didn't want to spoil too much for myself because I wanted to get my initial reactions on camera. I know as lame as that is, but let's see what happens. Could be really scary. Don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. But I want to see what happens. So I think as soon as things go black, interesting. It lets us walk on the water. We seem to be near the vault, maybe? Can we get behind the vault? I'm worried that if I step on land, then that's like much like in an actual bug or exploit, that would be the end. Okay, that didn't work. I figure I don't have a lot of time left here. Probably have like none. But that's interesting. I thought it was going to be a little bit spookier than that, if I'm being honest. It's interesting. Yeah. We can speed up that boat getting over here. Also, I don't think I need to jump on. I can just walk on. So I'm not. I have. It's difficult to get my bearings. To be honest. Oh, I jumped off too early. Oh, there's no way I'm gonna have enough time. I was impatient. That's my bad. The cycles are about 24 minutes, and I know I have like maybe 2 minutes left. I'm not sure. Like, I really am just trying to gather as much information as I can while I have the day. In a way, I guess for your benefit. Like, there's no reason for me to rush, because I get to play more of the game as soon as I'm done recording this. You know, if I continue to procrastinate on my other duties. So I feel like we have the other... Those are the other sections. So this is like an in-between world. Oh, I don't think I've seen that before. Those are all reels of tape. Well, I can't really make it over there, so I'm gonna see if I can't find a place on. I feel like I'm supposed to go to a piece of land that I can actually reach. The one piece of land that maybe I can reach. That would be the end of the day, unfortunately. Is this one here? Oh well. I tried my best. I'm you know, I had to try and figure something out in a very small amount of time. But you know, I could have just gone straight to the glitch world, but I really wanted to at least show you how I solved the problem. You don't get my like eureka moment, but you do get to see at least, you know, the solution if you have any, you know, not the word commitment, but like stakes. If you are, you know, have something. If you're committed to the series, you want to actually see how it progresses. Then I wanted to make sure that you got something. You did get the solution. I have a funny feeling I was supposed to explore the Hidden Gorge area a little bit more, and that there was more secrets there to be gained. That might have explained that I was, how I was meant to solve this problem. But I was a little bit too spooked, and I haven't really visited that area since I left. So that's going to be the one area where I can't snuff out the owls at all, right? So I am curious, maybe what I'm going to do there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You know what happens next. I'll see you guys next time. If you're enjoying this series, definitely hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. And yeah, take it easy. Have a good day.